right ahead.
Welcome back to another episode of Sink, Swim, or Be the Captain, the show where we help you become the captain of your life. Today on Sink, Swim, or Be the Captain, I'm sitting with Mr. Oyeton Clarke. First of all, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. So Oyeton is here to help me discuss or help me help you. How do you respond to criticism?
Okay.
Why did I choose you?
Yes, tell us. Because I don't know why you chose me.
You are very opinionated. Not only that, you come from a place of knowledge, experience.
Is that so?
And yes, and not only that, you are also open to criticism. So I had to get somebody that fits this topic, right? But I want to put a situation to you before. I don't know if you're following popular culture, whatever the case.
Not really, but
so about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, T-Pain did an interview, right? In the interview, he said that he was flying with Usher. You know Usher? Usher Raymond.
I know who Usher is.
So he was flying with Usher, but he was asleep, and Usher sent the flight attendant to come to him. So I said, yo, my friend call me, I go to him. So he went to Usher, and Usher said to him, say, yo, F-word, yeah, F up music. So he said, think a joke. Usher made. He said, no, you use auto-tune and mess up the whole of music industry.
Right, okay.
And the T-Pain said that one statement sent him into depression for 4 years. A lot of other things contributed to the depression, but that kick-started, and he was into depression for 4 years. No. There are criticism and there's bad mind. So, first of all, how do I know that somebody is criticizing me to help me, or some just straight up bad mind?
All right, well, you can look at the person's tone, the person's posture,
so
and
was
the choice of words.
Was Usher giving a criticism, or it was unfair?
Well, obviously I can't speak to the details of that particular case, but if I were to guess, I would have to be a fly on the wall. To say like that,
mash up the whole entire music.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
He said he made it hard for normal persons artists who can sing naturally, but the thing is, T-Pain can actually sing.
Okay.
So, but because T-Pain used auto-tune and it kind of launched him off, other persons who can sing started to use auto-tune. Is it fair to bear that responsibility on one single person? You mash up the whole music industry.
No. So you can look at the person's tone, their choice of words, and you a lot of it depends on the intent behind why they say what they say, right? When you are being criticized, it's important to try not to take things personally. Just for the first 10 or 20 seconds, give the person the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, you may be right, and then you think about it, right? Now, as we are doing now, we're carrying out a detailed analysis of the situation. Usher called T-Pain. He said that you destroyed music, right? That to me is not a fair criticism.
Right.
That is bordering on something you call in debate ad hominem. You're attacking the man instead of attacking his argument. Right? So you try to destroy the person.
Not only that, music is very wide. You have dancehall, you have reggae, you have whatever. R&B, so you have to say, mash up the entire music?
Right, no.
Right.
So you know, but I always try to start from a point of, all right, this person may be right, I may be wrong, let me think about it.
So when somebody comes to you to giving you a criticism, right, the first thing you do is stop. Don't react.
Right. Do not react.
Do not react.
Stop and think.
Should any random person just come up and give you a criticism? Say I'm at work. I'm at work. Who at work can say, Oyeton, this is not being done properly. I think you can do it this way, blah, 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 blah.
It depends on what the thing is.
Right.
Because, you know, your department head obviously has the right to criticize you. That's your superior. Your co-workers who work in your immediate space have the right to criticize you. And if you are a supervisor, you are actually subject to criticism from your employees, because you know, if they feel that you're not being fair, they have the right to criticize you.
But the subordinate can have a criticism.
Yes. Okay. But if you work in a major corporation or a major company, that there are different departments, an employee from a different department, they may not have the right to criticize someone from a different department. For example.
So
for example,
you can't criticize the janitor. Or the janitor can't criticize
no,
you.
the janitor does not have the right to criticize the people who work in the lab for lab stuff.
For lab stuff.
They can criticize them for being nasty.
Right.
Because nastiness is general. Right? But if I'm working in, for example, Grace Kennedy, that entire corporation, and I'm in sales and somebody else is in marketing and somebody else is in finance, the finance man can't tell me how to market my product.
Right.
You
And you
understand me?
can't tell
And
the
I can't
finance
tell him
man
how to balance
balance
the books,
him
right?
book.
You just stay in your lane. But there's specific criticism about your particular job description, and then there's general criticism about your demeanor, your work ethic, your dress, and so on.
Right.
So general people can comment and criticize you about general things.
Are there any benefits to being criticized?
Of course.
What
You
are
have
some?
you have said this to me that
Tell me.
you have never learned anything from anyone you agree with.
Right.
Right? So if you are not open to being criticized, you will most likely never grow. You will never develop.
Right. So criticism opens you up to another point of view, another
A different perspective, right.
more knowledge, more experience for somebody. And the thing about the subordinate criticizing the person who is in authority is something that I purposely chose the word subordinate. So I want the leaders to know that whoever you are supervising can say to you, Mr. Sir, I think this way, whatever. Because guess what? Times are changing, and sometimes the subordinate is sometimes way younger. Sometimes the younger persons are more connected to the new changes, new trend, and the outside world. You might be in the old school format. So it's okay if a new intern, if a person was just fresh out of college, come and say, listen, try this. I don't think you know that's outdated, blah, 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 blah. You have some people who feel threatened by a new intern.
Right, and this is why it's important not to take things personally. And also, one must be careful of how they phrase criticism also. You remember the Usher TPN situation?
Right.
And this, boy, people are getting really thin skin these days, but separate and apart from that issue, there are people who are not interested in so much providing a platform for growth. They are just interested in insulting people. Right?
I think that was
the
an
clapback
insult.
culture that is being fed by Instagram and Twitter. I blame that for that. Because people just QT and RT things just to get likes.
You're doing the same thing. You're saying the act of clapping back is to be blamed for everything, whatever. Sometimes I need to clap back because somebody came to me.
Well, I'm glad.
I think T-Pain could have clapped back because that was such a harsh.
It was harsh. All right.
Inconsiderate thing to say. Me single-handedly mash up
Destroy
the
entire
thing.
music.
Not the person's way choose to promote somebody who can't sing.
Right.
Me,
Right.
T-Pain. You understand?
And I'm glad you raised that issue now, because you are saying that sometimes a person might need to respond to unfair or unwarranted criticism.
Right.
But this is the problem now. And I'm the culture that is being fed by social media. I have to go back there, Elvy, because I see it all the time. I will come to you. And let us start from the beginning. How the criticism is worded. Instead of saying, Elvy, you are stupid, I say, Elvy, what you are doing now does not make any sense. Right? No, those are two very different statements. But you have people who, when I come to you and say, Elvy, doing this doesn't make any sense, you hear, you are stupid. And you react to me.
Because you attack me.
You perceive an attack.
The first thing we say, Elvy, you are stupid, is an attack.
Right.
You're telling me that I am stupid.
But if I come to you and say, there are people like this, and if I come to you and say, Elvy, what you're doing doesn't make any sense, you hear in your mind that, oh, this guy's calling me stupid, and then you attack me.
But
right?
it's different. The one was saying what you are doing
doesn't make any sense. Right. So you have to be careful to separate a person's actions from themselves. Right? And then now, you have people who hear a fair criticism, get offended, and then they accuse the person of attacking them, and then they attack them, and then it just sets off a big.
So as the receiver, you have to listen with understanding.
Yes.
Listen with understanding.
That's why I said for the first 15 or 20 seconds, just assume that the person who is criticizing you is right. Just assume that they are right, and then think about it. And then if you find their analysis to be flawed, you also reserve the right to say, I don't think you are right. Because.
You have to listen with understanding. And another thing that we have to bring up is, especially in the workplace, if somebody takes the time to come and correct you, them get up out of the chair, come and correct you. I think after listening with understanding, you should say thank you for.
And I'll think about it. At least I'll consider it.
So you thank them for assisting you, and then if you want to ensure that it's not an attack, it's a helpful criticism, not an attack. You're gonna ask them some question. What did you think? What do you think that I should do to better this? What do you think that I should do to better this? Right? If them can't justify that now, you know, say
yes, it's coming
from somewhere where Jamaicans call bad man.
But we need to stress the point that one, you need to be able to be open to criticism. Two, you need to be able to criticize somebody constructively without insulting them as the person.
As the person handing it out.
And three, the person who is being criticized, they also reserve the right to respond if they perceive the criticism to be unfair.
Right. If all of us take the position that we don't know everything, if we take that position that listen, I don't know. Listen, when somebody asks me something, the first thing I tell them is I don't know, which then proceeds with 5 ideas. But
I'm not entirely certain, but
that's the first thing I do. So when somebody call me, what you think? You know, say really and truly, I don't know.
But think about this.
Think about this. Think about this. So we are saying stop. Stop responding.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop. Stop responding. Understand that there are benefits to listening to somebody.
Stop responding with your feelings.
Listen with you know what? I want to quote somebody. RuPaul Andre Charles. I don't know if you know him.
I know who RuPaul is.
RuPaul. He said, "Feelings aren't facts."
Yes, and Ben Shapiro says facts don't care about your feelings.
Right, so feelings aren't facts. Not because you feel that I don't like you, mean that I don't like you. I might not like you for true, but not because you feel
it doesn't make it automatically true.
Makes it a fact. So feelings aren't facts. So you stop, you understand the benefits, you listen with understanding. Listen with understanding, then thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and correct me. Then to ensure that they're coming from a place of correction,
of concern,
you ask them, what else do you think I can do? What do you suggest? Who should I go and read? Who should I go and watch so I can be better, right? And another thing now, you ask them, all right, give me another chance, give me some time to see if I can fix it. For me, when I started working with the channel, persons were saying, can't see your dog, I can't hear your sound. Those were
fear.
I'm gonna say, all right, go yourself, give me time. Me get mic.
You get the light, right?
Yeah, because guess what? I want to grow. Growth is something that personally me have to do all the time. Although you have some aspect where your life where you just hold on to your bad habits, but growth is something that I like. So you ask a follow-up question to ensure that they're not coming from a place of bad mind. Then you request the time to do the thing better. And then that's the last thing. That's the last advice. Yeah. What else?
Try not to be so easily offended.
I did an episode on that.
Try not to be so easily offended.
I did an episode on that.
People need.
I don't want. Sorry if you cut it out, but I don't want you to only feel like the responsibility is on the receiver. The responsibility of caution and care is also on the giver,
on the criticizer.
On the criticizer, right?
Yeah. That's what I said. There are ways to say things that are appropriate.
Right.
If you see someone doing something that doesn't make any sense, you don't call them and say, "Yeah," you say, "I idiot." No, you say, "This is not efficient because."
Yes.
Right, and you give a reason.
Yes.
Right. And then when you do that, when you're respectful in your approach, the onus is on the person who is receiving the criticism now to not be easily offended. Because you see, this offense, this right not to be offended, is getting in the way of freedom of thought and freedom of speech.
But you also have a right not to be offensive.
But I said that. I said that
Oh.
it is best for you to start from a premise of stating why you don't think the person is doing the right thing because, and not calling them an idiot.
I think the population is bored, so them just find anything to be offended
Stir up,
by.
yes, I believe that. I believe that stir up some controversy and then they thrive off that.
That's the population, but
Because look, I have to go back to Twitter.
Go back to
That's
what you use.
That's what I'm
mainly.
using mainly. I don't tweet a lot, but I'm on it and I see.
Right.
Someone will write an opinion, an unpopular opinion, and an influencer, instead of quoting the tweet and saying, "Well, have you considered so and so and so and so?" They will just literally quote the tweet and say, "Look at this idiot," and they get like 10,000 likes.
Calling the person idiot.
And me I say, why you do that?
You know what? I want to break down the culture of influencers. Why is that a thing? That's for a different thing. Why do we call these people influencers?
Because people are sheep.
I guess we don't need an episode. That's
No,
the answer.
people are sheep.
People are sheep.
Yep.
So, Mr. Clarke, I'm thankful for you to come here, take time with your busy schedule to come and support me. And we just want to make the points again. Somebody come to you with a criticism, don't react.
With your feelings.
Don't react immediately. So stop first reaction. Understand the benefits. Okay, does he want me to get better? Is what he's suggesting gonna make me better? Right? Listen with understanding. Tell them thank you. Ask questions you need, and then apply whatever suggestion.
And reevaluate.
It is. People evaluate themselves. Do you evaluate yourself?
Monthly, I will pick somebody and ask them, am I a bad person?
No, but do you evaluate yourself?
I mean, like,
you Oyeton say, Oyeton,
yes.
This, oh,
Yes.
I do that.
Yes,
I do that.
yes.
I do that. Elvy, you shouldn't say that.
I review myself.
Elvy, might have, you should have done it this way, whatever the case may be, or you should have apologized. You should have been more clearer with it. You know what I'm practicing? I didn't want to say something to you. Maybe I'm not to say, but I'm just remember something happened before we closed the show. Something happened to me, right? Two different persons.
Why are you whispering? This is on the camera.
One person took me aside and said,
so and so.
X, fix X, X. I left that.
And
The next person, in the presence of subordinates or equal,
and superiors.
somebody related to her. Fanya come here, that is till now. Fanya come here, student till now, yeah, that is. Yes.
Don't do that, people.
Like, it's still kind of fresh, so So one person I was my clothes right as I did a show, like women sometimes wear slip.
The hemming
did
thing,
a
right?
This slip did a show and she
right.
come to me and she said, in her office, Miss Soltau, you fix it. I love that because she took me out of the environment, somewhere safe, let me know, blah blah blah. Next person,
Light you up.
in the public, subordinates, equal, our data, our students. You know what was on my clothes, Oyeton?
No.
Ink. Wait,
Pen ink.
because I walk
The
up and
tools
down
of
a
your
lot.
trade.
Because I walk a lot and I rarely sit down. I'm always doing something else. So they
You catch your flow.
come here to student till now it's dirty. You're dirty.
No, that is ad hominem.
do
You attack the person. You attack the person. That's a low blow.
Don't do that.
Right.
I mean, I never let it go. I've never forgot two things. I never forgot the person. She take me out, put me in her office, tell me something I'm sure. That I never forget that kindness. Second one, I never forget it. Because you understand what I say? Not that I wasn't opposed to. You see, if she did
The
something, say,
methodology.
Salta, make sure you see a pen cover.
Yes. Right. This is what I'm
Miss
talking
me,
about.
me would have said, Miss me notice man, you chewy pen. I'll be more aware of my pen being, I said, I was, cause that's where I went. All right. Mr. Clarke, I'm happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
Thank you for coming, always showing up for me. Although I haven't seen you in a very long time. So
8 years.
8 years?
I think so.
No, when you left school?
15.
I'm not 8 years that Oyeton.
When last me?
Me never see at school. When I go for internship,
early 15.
so many stay from 15.
How much that? 6 years?
Yeah, oh God.
But, well, all right.
Old. But
Yes,
it's never
you're right.
like we never miss a connection.
Right.
Every time number change,
We
me
find
always forget, yo, my number change. You have some people every time my number change, immediately then get it back, and then you have some people.
Yes, make them go on.
But thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you all. If you are still watching, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching another episode of Sink, Swim, or Billy Cat.
Peace out.
Bye. Oyeton, thank you so much.
You're welcome, my friend.